Hi everyone, it's Lori and welcome to the channel. In today's episode of Mastering Editing, I am here in my creative studio working on some images that I recently shot. So these are fresh out of my camera and I'm excited to walk through and edit with you today. So this is one of the images that when I culled through my images, I really liked, but there's a few tweaks that I want to make. So let's jump in. I'm here in Lightroom and we'll see where this edit goes today. So I'm going to start here in the basic panel. And the first thing I want to do, let me actually go over and make this full size for you, is I want to go ahead and crop this image. So because I shot it straight down, center composition, filling the frame, I'm just going to go ahead and bring it in a little bit, tighten up the sides, make sure those are a little bit even, and get the center of the flower centered. I think that looks pretty good. I may tweak it again in a minute. All right, the next thing I want to do is look at my histogram, and I do have some areas on my histogram that I've got a little bit of room on the whites, and because this is a white flower, I'm going to go ahead and open those up just a little bit more. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to open up the shadows just a tiny bit, and then I'm going to play with the white balance. The image was shot in late evening and shooting down into a sea of green. It has a little bit of a blue cast. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that temperature slider over to the yellow just to get rid of some of that blue tone. All right, next thing I want to do is I think everything looks good as far as the basic. Now, another trick that I could do is go ahead and add a mask. And I'm going to select the subject. And when that comes up, what I'm going to do is a trick where I'm going to click the three dots here on my mask and I'm going to intersect mask with, and I'm going to do objects. And what I want to do, I'm going to remove that overlay, take that off, and I'm going to come in and draw around the center. I want to take the center part of the flower off. All right, so let's go back to our overlay. And so now it just has that, but I'm going to take off the invert. All I want is the outside of the flower. Now it missed a few stems, but that's okay. And it kind of missed this center area, but I think it's going to be fine. So what I'm going to do now is turn that overlay off. And all I want to do is reduce the saturation a little bit on the flower to again, get rid of that blue tint. I really want it to be crisp white. I'm going to pop the whites just a little bit. There we go, because that's the true color of this gorgeous clematis flower. All right, so now that I have got kind of my basic edit done, the next step that I like to do once I've done my basics is I want to go in and do any cleanup. Now you'll notice we've got this, this was kind of the iron stand that the clematis is growing on, and we've got this branch. Now, I could use the remove tool here in Lightroom, but the remove tool in Photoshop is so fast and easy. So let's go ahead and take the image, edit into Photoshop. All right, I'm going to use the remove tool in Photoshop. If you haven't done your Photoshop updates, this is June of 2023, I encourage you to do that. And even if you don't like Photoshop, using the remove tool to clean up an image like this is so beneficial. I just can't tell you. So I'm going to duplicate my background layer, and now I'm going to show you the magic of this remove tool. Now there's a couple things to be aware of. There is a box up here that says remove after each stroke. I like to turn that off so that I can go ahead and do multiple areas at one time. All right, so I'm going to make this smaller. We're going to zoom in here. Get that. And then I'm going to come down as close to the flower as I can get. And now I'm going to click the checkbox and we will see what this remove tool has done. Sometimes I find that I have to go over it a couple times when the background is really blurred and muted as it is here. Often Photoshop needs a couple times going over it to get the look that I want. Now, if I was removing part of the flower, it will do an excellent job. But when you have a blurred, distorted background or subject, it does take a little bit longer. All right, so let's zoom in. So we can see we've got just a little bit right here. I'm going to clean that up. And again, This line is not completely gone, so let's go in and try this one more time. And I may have to use the clone tool, but I'm going to give it one more shot because it typically works really well if you do it more than once. So I'd love for you to let me know in the comments of this video if you use the new remove tool. Do you like it? What is maybe your favorite way of cleaning up an image? My go-to is the clone tool, but that just did a great job. Now I really don't want this black element here, so let's see what it does to try cleaning this up with the remove tool as well. I'm going to click the checkbox. I find that cleaning up an image takes more time than my edits do. And so I really try to get it right in camera. With this image, it was really hard because the clematis is growing on this trellis and there's other plants around. It just made it a little bit tricky. All right, so we're doing this a couple times. And then I think what I'm going to do is add a transparent layer, and I'm going to use the clone tool to finish this up really quick for us. All right, so we're going to go to this layer. I'm going to go ahead and add a transparent layer. I'm going to grab the clone tool. I'm going to enlarge it, and I am just going to grab this green section, and I'm just going to blend all of this together. Let's go up with this. Come over, and what we can do is go back. Let's see, let's go up here and maybe come down here. There we go. Now another trick, because that's kind of bright. What I'm going to do, I did like this one. All right, what I'm going to do now is grab my paintbrush. I'm going to grab this darker green, and I'm going to grab my brush, about 40% opacity. I'm just going to brush in and just kind of smooth this whole area out. And then we could blur it, but I'm probably going to do some creative elements. So let's zoom out now and see. Just go over that a little bit, darken it like a leaf. And then we can go back to our clone tool. And what I'm going to do is grab this section of the image and just kind of pop some of this in here. And we'll copy this again. I'm just creating my own texture and just trying to kind of fix this area of the image. All right, I think that looks pretty natural. We could even grab some of this purple and just plug it in. All right. So I think that looks a lot better than it did before. Let's see. Yeah, way better. Let's turn these off. So we can see before, we can see this phase, and then I went in and did a clone. I also moved around some of those purple so that it just kind of balances the image out. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is hit File, Save. We will take this back to Lightroom, and then I'm going to do the finishing touches to the center of the flower, and then show you a couple of creative elements that I like to use. So I'll be right back to take you through these last few changes. Back here, and I think this background looks really nice. I hope you got a little something from the process that I did. It's a multi-layer step sometimes to clean up an image. But if we look at before with the lines, very distracting. If I go back to this image with the two lines. And so I really do like the outcome where we cleaned those up, but we also brought in some of the purple that is kind of all around this flower. Okay, so the next step I want to do is work on the center of the flower. And this is going to be a little bit tricky. I'm going to use the object tool. I'm going to come over and make that selection. And what I want to do is it did a pretty good job. And I want to just bump the exposure a little bit, just a tiny bit. We don't want it to look too unrealistic. Now I am going to go ahead and reduce the amount of it because I don't want it to be too much. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of whites, and then I am going to do some saturation to really pop the detail and come down and add some texture. Could also add a little bit of clarity. Clarity can sometimes darken it, but I think that works. All right, so I'm going to look at it before and after, and I like that kind of pop that it has now. All right, at this point, I could be really happy with this image. Go back to my basics. I may want to bring down the highlights just a tiny bit. I think they're good. Now, a final step, if you want to hang out with me a few more minutes, is I could take this image into Topaz Studio 2, which is a great option to just add 2 quick little creative techniques to it. I think the image calls for it. So I'm going to let it process and open up in Topaz Studio 2. If you're not familiar with Topaz Studio 2, it's a great standalone editing program. It also works with Photoshop or Lightroom, and it is for creative editing. So what I want to do is add the look Fur and Feathers, which is one of my favorite. It brings out lines and details. Now we only need it at a small amount. So I usually like to keep it around 20%. You can see how it's just bringing out and especially making the center of this flower pop. Now I'm going to click apply, but now I can apply a mask. I'm going to grab the brush, and what I want to do is at about 50% transparency, I want to brush some of this off the edges of the flower. I don't want it to be too heavy, so I'm just going to brush some of that off. I could also brush it on the center of the flower. It's kind of whichever way you prefer to do it. And if we don't like that, I'm going to go ahead and bring it down a little bit more. I just don't want this to look kind of fake and crunchy. So let's see how that's doing. I think that's looking a little bit better. More of my vision. Just kind of clean that up. And maybe in some areas where it's really heavy, I'll just remove it. I'm just playing with the paintbrush. Yeah, I'm going to take it all the way back, and I'm just going to take that off. Okay, so now if we look at before, we disabled the effect and then turn it back on, you can just see a little bit of difference in the center of the flower. It's very subtle. The next thing I like to do is add a glow technique. So I'm going to come down to Stylistic Glow. I like to take it up maybe about 30%, and then I'm going to reduce the opacity. And that is just softening these petals, softens the center of the flower, but again, I can grab the mask, grab the brush at full black or take it down a little bit, and I can remove some of that glow off the center so that those details really pop. All right, when I'm ready, I can click accept, and now this will take the image back into Lightroom. And I think we're done for today. I'm pretty happy with the way the image turned out. We now have our edited version. And if you think the whites are too bright, we could bring those down just a little bit. I still want to keep the image bright. So one thing you could do is with the tone curve, lower the whites a little bit and then still kind of pop the highlights. All right. So this was our original image, and now we have our final edit. So not too much of a difference, just some small changes that go a long ways. So I hope you enjoyed spending some time with me today editing in my home studio. These are some flowers from my garden, and I love sharing my editing process with you. If there's ever something you'd like to see, send me a note in the comments. Thanks so much, everybody. Please click like and subscribe. It greatly helps me out. Thanks so much. Have a good day.